Welcome to Thrive, the podcast that's all about helping you track, build, adapt, and thrive in your fitness journey. We're breaking down the strategies, habits, and tools you need to crush your goals and build your best body. Whether you're just starting out or looking to level up, this is your blueprint for success. So let's get to work and start to thrive. Here's your host, Thrive creator and gym owner, Thomas Burns.
This is Thrive. This is Thomas Burns, your host. I am super excited for episode number 2 today. Today we have a awesome person that I brought on today for today's podcast. It is a great friend and my fitness director here at Workout Anytime in Franklin and Columbia, Mr. Tommy Jordan. So today Tommy's going to kind of go over a couple things, just kind of an introduction about himself and some great progress that we've had with some of our overall clients and people in the gym. So I'll kind of give it over to Tommy really quick. Tommy, just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself a little bit. You know, how'd you get in the fitness industry? Let's see what you got.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. My name is Tommy Jordan, fitness director. A lot of my clients call me Coach T. I'm originally born and raised right here in Franklin, Tennessee. So I tell everyone, like, a nice little running joke is I was born where you get your driver's license, marriage license, all those things at the Williamson County Clerk's office. What I have been in the fitness industry now 26 years. It's been a lot of fun. Fitness is all I've known. Started off with basketball at the age of 4. Started off in Taekwondo at the age of 6. Got my black belt in the 8th grade. Did every sport in between. Going into high school, my parents were like, narrow it down. And I'm like, that's going to be boring. So it was between Taekwondo and basketball. I was bored. Then I figured out how to add track back into the routine. Then I added football back into the routine. So I was in school all year round doing sports. And it's been a lot of fun. I've been able to coach a lot of high school athletes, Division I, Division II, Division III, pros. It's just been a lot of fun to see individuals succeed. My youngest client is 8. My oldest is 85.
Wow.
So a lot of fun.
Wow. You've definitely had a, quite extensive journey when it comes to the fitness industry, but
Right.
also sports background and everything too. That's pretty awesome. So, as being a fitness director, how do you kind of relate your background to the current, individuals, members you see now?
Yeah, so having a lot of different mentors has been able to pour into me from the fitness industry to also different industries. That way I know how to leverage how to support my trainers up underneath me so they have the success and no understanding. Like, if it's a slow season, don't feel defeated. The reason why it's slow right now is because it's like spring break. So don't feel defeated. What can you do over this time, this week, to leverage your time going into the last, 3 weeks that we have remaining? But it's been really, really fun to see, like, clients here in the gym learn more about themselves outside of just the fitness portion of, okay, I'm coming to the gym to exercise, but how to help them with their day-to-day life also.
Do you have a specific, kind of idea of the biggest hurdles maybe or barriers that you see with clients that, constantly struggle?
Yeah, I would say a lot of them is just being nervous. Am I able to actually accomplish this goal that I have set? I've tried to do it in the past. How do I do this? I guess I'll give it another shot. Or there's been different, scenarios where we're working with individuals with GLP-1s and helping educate them on, okay, we're not just losing fat, but also if we don't maintain how to keep your muscle, you're going to lose muscle as well.
100%.
Yeah.
Over when I am doing Staikus over at other locations, it seems like every person is on GLP-1. And it's like, okay, how can we kind of battle this and work it together and find other things that will kind of help with the same problem? So with the Thrive kind of framework, E stands for evolve. So when we're looking at evolving, we then take that and use as with our Staiku and our ramp, kind of platforms and technology that we brought in.
Right.
So when you look at that different technology with Staiku, how do you see as taking that technology and putting it towards clients, and how do you feel that's beneficial?
Yeah, it really maximizes our time as trainers instead of having to go way back old school. Not having to do a skin fold test and all those different things, but having the actual technology real time much faster. And being able to get them out of the mindset of the weight and targeting the fat mass, visceral fat, those different things that are going to help them get healthier. And that way we can lead them into the programs that's going to be a best fit for them.
Yeah. So we have had a handful of RAMP members that have been pretty beneficial. Does one kind of stick out to you that you've seen that's like, wow, this was some great results?
Yeah, I would say from a female perspective, one of our clients, Venus, she jumped in, and we go way back to Spring Hill when I was at that location. Another story. But she said, it's my time.
Yeah.
And I need to do something for me. And, we got her set up, and I did a 2-week check-in with her. And in those 2 weeks, she dropped 5 pounds and literally just boo-hooed in the office.
Yeah.
And it was happy tears.
Yeah.
It was really happy tears. So I'm excited to see what the next, she has 2 weeks remaining in this first 8-week program.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got another gentleman named Chris. He is now in his second week of his second program. And Chris is down 20 plus inches from ramp. So he told me the other day I'm going to owe him some clothes or something.
You guys are going to go shopping together, basically.
We're
What's
going
going to happen.
Pretty much.
Yeah. So I was working out the other day, and I saw Venus, and I started talking to her, and she really kind of like hit pretty deep because she's like trying to inspire others and get them on the same program and everything. And she kind of started crying a little bit because she's like, it is the biggest life change in everything I've done before.
Yeah.
So when you see people that kind of hit those things, how do you feel like it inspires others?
Oh, big time. It's a big eye opener for a lot of individuals because, like I said, we're in the industry where individuals get it. They know where they're going. Some individuals are like, okay, I'm going to take another shot at this. I hope this one works. And then some, get that scary doctor conversation. Hey, you may not be so lucky next time, and you need to do something to better yourself because it may not look good next time.
Yeah.
So having them be this fired up and excited is actually bringing new energy to the gym. It's allowing other members to see something different outside of just myself and my trainers like you and the others out on the gym floor. But now they're able to see members going through different programs and actually transforming their lives and having the energy to where they're being approached and saying, you look really good. I don't know what you're doing. And then they just say, hey, I'm working with the trainers on ramp, and it's a done deal.
Yeah. How do you see as ramp as a different program versus other ones that you've seen before in the past, maybe?
Yeah, it's a lot of different programs that are out there that, say they're going to get you results and all this other stuff, but way this one is dialed in specifically without giving away, the secret sauce, as some restaurants would say, the secret seasoning. The way that ramp is programmed is similar to like how we do as a professional level. If you've been in the industry 10 plus years and you know more and you actually say, this is what I want to do, you're going to start doing that deep dive on, different podcasts like we're doing, or you're going to go to different seminars. So you can learn how to actually say, okay, I'm not going to be a trainer where I'm just counting and just going through the basics, but how I can actually transform that person's life from a full standard. And that's what RAMP does.
Yeah, because RAMP is basically kind of a full service platform because it brings in that custom workouts, it brings in the nutrition, and then, of course, we then get to sit down, with them and really break down the whole entire Staiku process to make sure they're making those results, So when we sit down with them, do you find that people are having more of a struggle with the eating or the dieting part, or what's their biggest obstacle, you think?
The biggest obstacle is always going to be the diet. And when I share with them, the game plan of the food, I let them know this does not have to be perfect. You don't have to be perfect. The only individuals that have to be perfect are individuals that have to weigh in for something, like wrestlers, bodybuilders, fighters that do MMA or boxing. They have to make weight, so they have to be perfect. We're just trying to get a better lifestyle going in. So when I show them their program, I also will highlight like different things on there where there might be French toast, there might be a protein waffle, and different things like that to make them feel comfortable within the program of saying, okay, food is good, we just got to minimize how we eat it.
Yeah.
So
Because I don't know about you, but I'm eating protein waffles in the morning because life is way too short to be eating chicken or rice every single day.
Exactly.
So, but when we're doing STIKU scans and everything with all these individuals and everything, do you ever see muscle mass to where it's continuing to go down and body fat continuing to go up on the programs, or what are you usually seeing?
I've seen the body fat go down, lean mass go up. There have been a few, times where the muscle mass or lean mass will go the opposite direction and the body fat goes up, and I just let them know, hey, that's okay. It's okay. Again, this does not have to be perfect. It's gonna go up and down like a music scale or elevator or escalator. You're not trying to do, the next Mr. Olympia competition or get ready for a bikini photo shoot.
Right.
It's okay. Let's just revamp.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So, let's say, this person came in and they're having a hard time, staying consistent or whatever coming in, with personal training and, those different aspects that are available here. Do you think that would be something that'd be pretty beneficial to that person, and how would, they then see that, and would that work for them, do you think?
Oh, yeah, 100%. So when, that struggle does start to kick in, we give recommendations. Hey, let's meet up once a week. Let's just draw it out right now so we can figure out if it is going to work, and then we will actually put it into play if it is working. That way, like I do have one client where it's gone up, gone down, gone up, gone down.
Yeah.
But what I told her is this has been an ongoing thing for you, but in a different way.
Yeah.
You would join the gym and then you would be out within 2 to 3 months.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be back for a whole nother year.
Mm-hmm.
You're here every week.
Yeah.
So I am very, very proud of you for being here every week. The only hurdle that you have to remember that you have going on is you're picking up kids, or your husband's picking up the kids, or you have a late night at work, or he has a late night at work.
Yeah.
So that is playing with your cortisol. So educating the clients outside of the gym doesn't have to be perfect, food doesn't have to be perfect, but how do you control your cortisol?
Right. So when we start looking at our personal trainers versus like other personal trainers at other gyms, what makes us different? Why would you come here, and be part of Workout Anytime and Thrive to train here?
Yeah, so what we do different here at Workout Anytime Franklin, Columbia is you and I and all the other trainers that we have on board, we work together as a team. So that way, if one of the trainers has, for example, a client that has PCOS, you or myself jump in that session and say, hey, this is some recommendations on how to support that. That way, not only is the client getting, what they need since they're paying for the service, but the trainer also gets education on what PCOS is. Or a client that has pelvic floor issues. They can get with Wayne, you, myself, and we will educate the trainer and that client on, hey, these are exercises that you can do to build that support of your pelvic floor. So we work together hand in hand, even though we have our own individual clients, but that's what I love, that we have built that culture where we work together as well.
Yeah, 100%. Working together as a team, all the personal trainers really sitting together, bonding, and working through the problems makes it to where it's that much stronger. So when you're going through a Thrive framework, if you're working on the transition, you're working on your resistance training, or maybe visualizing those results, some clients may be having a hard time, but we want to make sure we're all kind of moving in that right process. So when they get to that STIKU or they get to that ramp, they're really evolving through that process. So, and I think that's honestly what Thrive is all about, is making sure people aren't getting stuck. And that's why having great personal trainers, great programs, great plans. Anything you would want to add to somebody that is maybe struggling, or any additional advice you'd be like, hey, maybe this is how you can get past a hurdle, maybe something is like holding you up. Any additional advice you'd want to give?
Yeah, I would say the biggest advice on that is, don't be so hard on yourself. Give yourself grace. We have a lot of different options here to support you as, whatever it is that you're going through. If there's something like you had a client with an elbow issue, we have connections for individuals that specialize in physiotherapy, not just physical therapy, but physiotherapy.
Yeah.
one of the other clients was having severe headaches. I cannot fix your headache, but we have partnered with wellness chiropractors to where, you know, those individuals are getting the results of what they need. So when it comes down to what we have to offer, I would say we're very, very well-rounded.
Yeah.
And being able to support our community here in Franklin or the surrounding area of Franklin all the way down to Columbia. So we have like a really great program that can help everybody.
Right. Yeah, and especially with the surrounding entrepreneurs that have the great businesses such as, you know, Executive PT or also the chiropractic offices that you go to as well too, that it really kind of helps support our clients.
Yeah.
So like, you know, we have individuals, you know, maybe clients or, you know, whatever that are having, you know, these injuries. Hey, we then send them, you know, to these professionals. Hey, you know, over at Executive PT, you can get the dry needling, everything you need to maybe get you through, you know, your Thrive journey to make sure we have nothing kind of holding you up also as well too.
Yeah.
So absolutely. Well, thanks Tommy for coming on. I really appreciate it. You know, it's been a great time with you today.
Oh yeah.
And thanks for watching, guys.
And that's a wrap for today's episode of Thrive. Remember, fitness isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Track your data, build your habits, and keep evolving. If you found value in today's episode, share it with a friend who's ready to thrive. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a step on this journey. Until next time, keep tracking, keep building, and just thrive.